Was it truly bliss if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you knew? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of blue?
Is the microphone turned up?
You're good? All right.
Can you hear you?
Yeah, I can hear me. Nice. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great, because we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with another Wednesday night episode of The Yo Show. Yo. Jeff the Shark Perini, Jewel Tatey. My phone is in the background, echoing my stupid voice, because still not technically sound. Anyway, welcome back for another great Wednesday night episode of The Yo Show. We do it live right here from the Union 215 studio in Northeast Philadelphia. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. With me as always, the beautiful, the amazing, the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another Mr. Jewel, the babe Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing phenomenal, Jewel.
I'm a little amped
I'm a
tonight.
little amped. I'm a little verklempt, as they say, a little nervous, because we have a superstar guest tonight. One of our favorites, our all-time most listened to guest, the amazing Troy David Hendrickson. Jewel, for the people at home who may not know, Troy David Hendrickson, of course, brings us the amazing character known as
Aunt Mary Pat.
Aunt Mary Pat DiSabatino. Hun. I'm not going to try and do it. I suck at it. He's going to be on in a few minutes. He's great at it. So he's going to be on in a couple of minutes right here on the Yo Show. Big, humongous thanks to the guys. I see they're listening and watching. The guys from St. Ricketts last week. Joel, how awesome were those guys last week?
It was amazing,
Oh.
and what a party it was.
Turned out to be a party. We did the show. We stayed after for drinks. We drank in the parking lot. We went to Sweeney's. The guys started improvising. They had like a band thing.
They ambushed the band,
They ambushed this band thing we're playing.
and it was amazing.
It was awesome. So we got a whole show. And we got free drinks.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Tom and John,
Thank
Eric,
you guys
and Ken.
so
Thanks,
much.
guys. We love you.
Yeah.
I got my St. Ricketts shirt on tonight,
Got my
so I'm representing.
beloved Eagles.
Awesome. Before we get started, there's something very special that's come to my attention. I got this notice today, and we're going to welcome a young lady right now. Her name is Brianne, and she is a representative of the Pennsylvania Internet Radio Association.
Wow.
She's got some very important stuff for us. So, Brianne, please come on in. Let's give her a little round of applause. Everybody in the studio tonight.
Hi, for having me.
Thank you for coming. We greatly
No
appreciate it.
problem. Thank you so much.
So, what do you have for us? You got your hands full of
So,
stuff.
on behalf of the Pennsylvania Internet Radio Association, I'm going to award the Yo Show as the best new internet radio show in 2020.
Wow!
And
Thank
also,
you.
I'd like to award Union 215 Studio as the best new recording studio in 2020.
Oh, man!
Right here,
accomplishment.
wow! Union 250. I just heard that you were coming to do some kind of representation. I had no idea what it was. The fans, this is for you. You guys watch. Let me tell you, are you excited to be
Oh,
on
I'm
this?
super excited.
I mean, now we're award winners. How exciting is that?
Freaking awesome.
Freaking awesome, as Aunt Mary Pat would say. Are you excited to see Aunt Mary Pat?
Oh, I love Aunt Mary Pat. I'm a huge fan.
We're all
Super
fans here
happy.
tonight. So, seriously, so you got the call and said, hey, we need to do a presentation tonight of these awards. Were you like, what the hell is the Yo Show?
Well, kinda.
Well, you're not on the voting committee, thank God. That's a good thing. Now, we appreciate you coming. You look
Oh, no
lovely.
problem.
Great
Thank
ad.
you so much.
You know,
Heavy.
when they said that they were going to bring us an award tonight, and I seen you walk in, I'm like, my wife's here. I can't even celebrate this award. Well, you got trophies, so that's perfectly okay. I guess I'm okay with a trophy, right?
I think so. Okay.
Mo Wise, our producer. Mo, on behalf of Union 215, we're going to collect this. We'll give it to you later to pass on to the
Excellent.
guys. And we're just thrilled. Yeah, Mo Wise, ladies and gentlemen, our producer. The guy that...
Congratulations to the Yo Show.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to Union 215. So, like, future endeavor, are you, like, locked in to the Pennsylvania Internet Radio Authority or Association, or can we use you for other things?
Oh, you can use me for anything.
Great, because we like interns, we like spokesmodels, we like guests to just come in and talk stuff, you know what I mean? Anything you do.
Totally.
Awesome, we like that very much.
For beer runs.
Beer.
Love that. Yes, of course.
I'm going to start getting this out. We had an intern who quit on us. Her
Oh.
name was Duck, so she quit on us. So
She
we
would like to be here.
We
So.
might need an intern, and, you know, every once in a while, a third person to bounce off topics because I always think I'm always right. Jewel thinks I'm always wrong. I need that third vote.
Yep.
So never be afraid to join us. So tonight, like I said, we have Aunt Mary Pat on the show. Would you like to stick around with us? I know you got.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, awesome! I'm sure your association looking for you back, but she's ours for the night. Pennsylvania Internet Radio Association. You've lost Brienne for the evening. Her salary for the next hour will be paid by the Yo Show. Thank you very much. Brienne, you can join the crowd.
Thank you so much.
Everybody's doing up for Brienne. Terrific. All right, thank you very much. Once again, just want to thank our sponsor. We have one sponsor now, the Loso Brewing Company at www.losobrewingcompany.com. They are going to be this Saturday at the Philadelphia Beer Fest at the Navy Yard. This is huge. It's their first ever beer fest. They're stoked. I'm stoked for them. They support the show. Actually, we got sponsors. We got spokesmodels. We got awards. We got
Celebrities.
Aunt Mary Pat going to be sitting right next to me. Do you want to switch seats? I don't think he's going to want to sit next to me.
I can't switch right now. I'm kind of like.
We're definitely locked in. I feel kind of bad. I see Aunt Mary Pat is here. Troy. Troy's here. His hair's all nice and done. I'm going to slap a set of headphones on his head.
It's the price to pay for radio, babe.
It is. I like it. Jewel's on fire tonight. Usually you come out a little quiet, but tonight you're on fire.
Today I could pregame, so I'm kind of, loosey-goosey.
So I'd like to say hello. We do have some people in the audience. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. All you guys and joining us live. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you.
Because it's great, because without you fans, obviously, we could not do this. I'm going to do this right now.
Nerve-wracking.
We couldn't do
doing
this without the
for people.
fans. So right in the cup,
Jeez.
like the hockey players do.
I'm not going to do that because you're.
My mouth is all over it. This is the one I'm giving to Union 215 anyway. Don't worry about it.
It's for my homies.
So read us an intro, and we will bring out Troy, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You're going to need a towel.
It's leaking very badly. All right, we're good. It's empty.
All right.
Okay.
You want to start this off?
No, it's all you.
Okay.
It's your intro, baby. You got it.
Wasn't really. But Aunt Mary Pat first came into the scene in early 2018 through a viral video after the historic Eagles Super Bowl win. Since then, she has performed more than 100 unique shows with thousands of people. It's probably more right now. In early 2019, a successful Kickstarter campaign, she released her debut comedy album, Talk of the Township. It hit number 5 on the iTunes comedy charts. The album featured 3 #1 iTunes comedy singles. Aunt Mary Pat has been recognized as Delaware's Reader's Choice Best Entertainer 2019 and Best Delco's 2019 for Best Comedian. Her catchphrases have become synonymous with the Philadelphia region. She recently released a successful Christmas album called Merry Friggin' Christmas. She will be embarking on her first national tour, which has already started. Fish Out of Water tour. Aunt Mary Pat enjoys raising funds for the local LGBTQ fundraisers. Congratulations, Aunt Mary Pat. And
All right.
here
Very
we
well
go.
done. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the genius behind Aunt Mary Pat DiSabatino, Miss Troy, and many others, the great Troy David Hendrickson, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
Oh my God, my blood pressure's up. I'm so goddamn nervous. I'm nervous.
What are you nervous for?
Oh, I don't know. I got
Just
like
your local friggin' asshole hopping into the studio.
ladies and gentlemen, your local freaking asshole. Right
And this
here.
is how you wear the headphones so you don't mess up the coiffed
Nice.
hair.
I've got nothing up here.
Yeah,
I
well,
There's
don't know
nothing
if I
to
should
mess.
separate. I get this little earphone.
I feel like all mine's in the front. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Beautiful quap. By
I
the
never
way.
look at the back. So who knows what that looks like?
I was a little afraid. You got people watch partying. Arlene. Now, who's Arlene?
That's actually my sister.
Hello, Arlene. I figured it was related somehow. I know Mom's
What's up,
watching. What's up?
My mom's actually at Hooters right now. Because,
Suze.
yeah, the Suze is at Hooters because it's the wing special Wednesdays.
Ah, so
Wing
that's-
special Wednesday on. You know what I
So
mean?
that's more important than her son being on the Yo Show?
Well,
the
she's-
award-winning The Yo
She's
Show?
watching my daughter, so I'm pretty sure she probably has her phone hijacked at this point.
That's amazing. Troy, this is the 3rd time we've had you.
Yeah, once a year.
Yeah,
This
it's,
is my going to my 3rd year.
it's going to become once a week. You
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm down.
You, Brienne, we've got a whole new
Let's
flow
fr-
of show going on here.
Let's friggin' do it.
We're gonna do like 8 hours. Mel, we go with like an 8-hour show a day, or
The
what?
telethon.
An
Yeah.
8-hour show?
Yeah.
That would be a yeah.
I don't know if my liver could make it.
Oh, tell me about it. That's the one problem we have. He brought his own bottle.
Well, you had to come prepared. I wasn't sure.
We tried.
We actually we try to keep it hush hush, but we're going to give you the info now. We actually are working on a telethon charity type 24-hour program.
Shit.
A one run deal. Me and Joe are going to try and crank it out 24 hours. We're going to invite you to that. So a little bit down the line.
Okay.
We'd like to have you.
You definitely need an intern for that to run out and get the
You're not kidding. We're going to need breakfast, lunch,
breakfast and shots.
dinner, speed,
Shots.
something to amp us up. So
Found the show, Jeff. Stop.
Yes, absolutely. It's a freaking family show. So one thing we love to do, I know we didn't plan this, we didn't tell you about this, but
Sure.
we're going to do it. The 2 times we've been on have been our most listened to episodes by a great landslide amount of people.
Awesome.
I mean, incredible. And we're hoping tonight that the people tune in. And, you know, the show's on YouTube after this, back on Blog Talk Radio we started, so we'll get more listens, and we're sure we'll get the tens of thousands that we did before. We wanted to, it's not overly fancy, but Joel and I wanted to present you with the first ever Yo Show most listened to guest, ladies and gentlemen,
What?
Troy David Hendrickson.
Literally, yo! That's awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Our engraver was absent today, so it's a little.
I want to thank the Academy. Just everyone who's ever believed in my dream. This is cool. Thank you so much.
No, we appreciate you so much, and like you have literally.
Hey,
grown
Mom, I know
with
you're
us.
not watching the thing. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. You were literally one of the first interviews I ever did when I first got started doing this, so I'm happy to come back anytime you'll have me. This is so cool. Thank you.
Awesome. It means a lot. That was done by a professional.
Put that baby right there.
A professional trophy maker. My man, Steve Giordano, and the gang at, oh my God, I forgot the name of his dance studio now. Forgot the name of his dance studio. So,
Insert dance studio.
Insert dance studio name here. Steve, if you're watching, if you could just type that in, that'd be perfect. I totally forgot it. So, Troy, let's get down to some questions. Jules, kick it off. Let's get Troy some questions, get him feeling right at home here.
Well, I guess that was my first question. You know, you've literally been with us every year since we pretty much started the show, me and Jeff. So how has this last year been? Because there has just been so many things happening, and
Yeah.
just want you to just fill us in.
Oh yeah, it's been great. It's been crazy. You know, it's been a lot of work, and I think we did probably about 250 appearances, shows last year, something crazy like that. And then we kicked off the national tour, Fish Out of Water Tour 2020. So going to a lot of new places. I was in LA, I was in San Diego, New York, like all these amazing, you know, places that I never thought that this, you know, little character would be. But the Fish Out of Water title kind of fits the whole, you know.
I love it. I love the W-O-O.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
I
And
love it.
it really just fits. We're working on some new music, so that should be out early summertime. But yeah, it's just crazy, like to see where it all started. Just, you know, having a video making fun of my mom, and then to turn into a tour, an album. We're working on a scripted sitcom. We're working on like a stage show. Working on a podcast. Not to step on your toes or anything,
No.
but just we did like a talk show last year called Philly Noise, which was a lot of fun. So hopefully we can bring that back soon. But yeah, I mean, just all these cool projects that I never thought I'd be able to do, and to be able to do them and have people respond to them is really fantastic.
That's
So
awesome.
that's kind of where I am right now. I haven't officially announced it, but I'll give you the Yo Show exclusive.
Whoa! Yo Show exclusive!
But May is my birthday month, so May is going to be the Aunt Mary Pat Gives Back month. We're doing a lot of fundraisers, giving back to a lot of local charities, and then we're also going to be auctioning off some of the original pieces worn in the Aunt Mary Pat
Wow.
videos,
Yeah.
and they'll all be donated. You know, all the funds that we raise are going to be donated to charity for the month of May.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
So-
Just so you get the inside, obviously we're all on Facebook, so Aunt Mary Pat DiSabatino on Facebook, and follow it, and get ready for that coming in May, George's birthday month.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's like months away. I'm fan geek tonight. we were thinking on a rider. Me and Joel drove over. My wife, she said, I gotta come tonight. We're trying to think of the phrase that you use when you're starstruck. Fan geek. She said it was geeking out. So we're kind of geeking out.
You say, pour the frick out of me.
Geeking out. Like I said, this place would have been packed. Wait, people yelled at me for not getting you here early. You've been super busy. So like West Coast,
Yeah.
East Coast, Michigan, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? What I want to ask, besides can you believe it, obviously, let me know. I mean,
I can't believe it.
what do you talk about when you're in other towns? Do you do the Philly thing?
Yeah.
Or do you pick up pieces of other
So
locations?
I try to obviously keep the show the same because people who follow me on Facebook, they're not going to buy tickets to a show they don't know who you are, or maybe they do. I don't give a shit. But as long as you buy the ticket. But I feel like they have some sort of knowledge of what I'm about and what I talk about, my themes and stuff like that. So I keep the show the same, but I also try to explore the city that I'm in or the town that I'm in to try to get some local, like, compare it to this, like, the Wawa. There's no Wawa equivalent anywhere. I tried to explain it when I was in LA. I tried to explain it. I was like, it's a hoagie emporium, also a gas station where you buy your cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like, so I try to humorize it to a point where people who aren't necessarily familiar with the brands that I mention can still get it. But I try to keep it, pretty relatively the same.
Well, it's so cool because I have family out in California. Hi, Vinny and Mary Beth and Brooke. And they went to your show out there, but they're from here. So
Yeah.
they friggin' love you, and they're just so excited you're on here tonight. So, you have like transports, too, that know what's up with Delco and this area. So it's very cool to
And
see.
San Diego was cool, too, because San Diego is a big naval town. So they had a lot of people, who just moved there, and then they're looking for, like, that little taste of home. And I'm glad I could, deliver that somewhat. LA was a little weird. LA was a bunch of people who... They were like, yeah, I met somebody from Philly once, so I thought, what the hell, let me come out. I'm doing a Philly accent for someone from LA, like, yeah, let's go come in. I can't even do it. I can't even break away from it anymore.
I can't do it either.
But yeah, so like, it's just, it's cool. It's really cool to see a bunch of different people. Staten Island was lit. It was people who did not at all know who I was. Like maybe 3 or 4 people, and the rest just came because it was a bingo show I was hosting. They heard bingo and they came, and I was like so nervous when I came out and I started talking. People were like,
the crickets are rattling.
yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? But by the end, like we got them in,
You figured like
It's really
Staten
cool.
Island has that attitude too.
They do, but like the accent is so different. It does not translate. Like the lady was like saying, "Wada," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Wada, wada." I was like, "Water?" And then, like, we had this whole like interaction. It was really cool.
While we had that second, I want to say hello to Sean and Brian Burgess and Brian's wife Christy from Staten Island watching tonight. Hey guys, we love Staten Island. It's fun.
No, it was fun.
So, real quick, if you don't mind charactering in and out.
Sure.
You're going to Boston. Let me
Yeah.
hear Aunt Mary Pat order New England clam chowder.
Like how Aunt Mary Pat would order it?
Aunt Mary Pat doing
Or-
the Boston accent.
God.
Let's give it a shot.
It's probably a disaster. So like Philly doing a Boston accent, like I would say like you pack the can, have it yard, give me the clam chowder.
I think it's pretty good. Not bad.
Chowder.
I think it's pretty good. So how hard is it to mesh professional life with your family life? I mean, you got yourself, you got Miss Troy,
Yeah.
you got Aunt Mary Pat, obviously you got family that watches, supports you like crazy. How hard is it to put all that into one big day? Like, it's got to be really crazy for you.
It's tough. Like, it's a lot of planning. You know, it's definitely, like, it's crazy. So, like, my partner, Danny, his grandmother turns 96 on Sunday.
Happy birthday. Wow.
Happy birthday, Granny.
Happy birthday, Granny.
Or Nanny, I'm sorry.
Nanny.
So, I have a show that morning, and then I have to drive to Long Island immediately after that to go, you know, celebrate her birthday, because this woman is probably the most sound, strongest woman I've ever met in my entire life. And every year her family's like, this could be Nanny's last year, so if you don't come, you're going to regret it. And every year she's like kicking, like stronger and stronger. So like we all go, but I'm looking forward to that. Like it's a balance. It's definitely a lot of self-care, taking care of yourself so you're mentally sound to deal with all this kind of stuff. But you know, we have kids and we have, you know, all the stuff that comes with, you know, doing, like before I came here, I had to get the kids from school and then do Bella's math homework, and I'm still like, wait, what is 60 plus 10? Okay, yeah, you're right.
You got to write it out there now.
Yeah,
right? You're not
exactly.
allowed to use fingers anymore.
Yeah, no, whatever the common core is bullshit. But
I'm so dreading that. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean she's in first grade now, so I don't think we have to. I don't think I'm looking at her worksheets and it all looks relatively, the same. But I'm like second grade, man. That's gonna be a fucking bitch.
Yeah. I'm so scared. And she has a birthday coming up, right?
She does. Yeah, she will be 7 on March 27th, and we're thinking a Disney princess themed birthday party.
Don't you always do the theme? I love the themes.
Yeah.
She's going to be 6 this year, and I love the themes.
I look forward to it. It's very exciting, especially because Dan Soes, he's an excellent, designer. So he looks forward to her theme, so he can make an extravagant costume.
God. Can you make me like a Sailor Moon costume?
He totally can. Yes.
That's awesome. Jules, she's our master of disguise here. Every year it's a different
costumes.
great costume. Oh, you're a good costume.
Well, I mean, you're the king. Wow. Your costumes, that's one of the things I was going to touch on. No, for the first time today, because I was just going through your stuff like I always do, but Peach and Alexis Rose, holy shit. I can't believe I didn't see those before. And are you sad the series is coming to an end?
I am, because Schitt's Creek is an amazing, amazing show, and I kind of caught onto it a little later. I think it was season 2 or 3 when I finally got into it. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, this is amazing. I binge watch it, and I'm sad for a year because the next season isn't coming out, and then they announced it was the end, and I was like,
I know. Well, they're going on tour now.
Yeah, they are.
I don't go so.
It's just incredible. And with Princess Peach, I'm a huge Nintendo nerd.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that in the first show. I'm such a huge fucking nerd. So to bring those characters to life is oh.
I think it's just our generation too. Nintendo is so big now and so immersive. I just want all those games, and I get all those games.
Yeah.
Kids and say they're really for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way.
My brother just told me my 1-year-old nephew was watching, and he keeps yelling at me at the radio. Hello, Robert. So, little confession I got to make.
Oh,
and we're talking about costumes and all that.
Yeah.
Me and my wife like to, we like to binge watch TV shows. We sit on 2 couches. She gets the big couch. I get the little couch.
Right.
I'm
As you should.
I'm kind of like that. So one day I'm looking, and I'm like, whoa, who's that? It was Miss Troy. And I was getting a little excited by how sexy Miss Troy was looking. Now, I'm sorry. I got to tell you, I got to apologize right here.
Don't apologize for that. She probably did look good.
Yes, she did. She always looks good. Definitely looks good. What character do you love the most? Are you more Miss Troy? Or are you more Aunt Mary Pat? Which one kind of speaks to you and us a little bit more?
I think both in different ways. I do love Aunt Mary Pat because I love to perform, and it kind of gives me an avenue to reach new people. And it's also very comfortable clothes, and easy to do, quick. Miss Troy takes a lot more time, but it also pushes me creatively to do new things and think of things that we can do to entertain the audience and kind of push my creative boundaries. So I love both a lot. Miss Troy takes a lot more energy, but Aunt Mary Pat, it helps fund the creative endeavors that I have as Miss Troy. So I appreciate them both in the same way. I love impersonating people. I love doing comedy impersonations, especially because it's a huge political season right now. So there's a bunch of cool sound bits and characters that we can impersonate. So I definitely love this time of year. But just doing characters and different things, it allows me to. I would love to do an SNL sketch type show and do different kinds of impersonations. That's my dream, my goal.
I think if not in a year, in 2 years, you're going to be hosting SNL. I see it in the future.
I'm telling you, it's a bit like you text and you said you're here.
Yeah.
And immediately my hand starts shaking.
He's a wreck.
And I'm and honestly, I looked out at the audience here, and I'm like, does anybody want to go down and get Troy? And they're like, oh my God, no, I can't. And everybody's just that excited.
Oh God.
How awesome is that though?
No, it is cool. No, it is cool. It really is. I'm just a very laid back kind of person in my my personal life. So to get that kind of thing when I'm not performing is throws me off. Because I go to Starbucks every day. I get my coffee. And I go in there looking like trash, and then people are like, "Oh my God, are you? Oh my God, you are!" And then I'm like, I look like fucking garbage. And like, can I take a picture with you? Like, only if it's on Snapchat, and only if there's like a pretty filter on, so we could like disguise this disgustingness. But like, I mean, I don't think of myself that way. But you know, when you are like performing on stage and people respond so well to it, and you get that rush, and it like really fuels you to get through the show. Like, there's been shows where I'm like dead sleep at like backstage, like I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And then you go out there and you get that first rush of it boosts you into like everything you need to get through the show. And then like after the show, when I get a chance to talk to people or meet people, they say like, oh, like you remind me of my mom who passed away, or like my aunt's struggling with cancer right now, and you really like get our family through it. Like that stuff like really does like
awesome.
Motivate you and really, you know, gives you a purpose to do what you're doing. Because even though like I throw in a shitty wig and fake lashes and, you know, make fun of my mom, like it helps someone else do something a little more, you know, serious. So that's, I mean, that to me is, you know, the icing on the cake.
Understood. And I get it too, because like my family members, my friends say, I love your show because it helps put me right to sleep.
Yeah.
My wife is not asleep. Thank you. Yeah, put on this. Nah, my wife's an avid fan. We're all very excited to have you here tonight. Jewel wants to play one of your songs.
Okay.
Off the album. Jewel, introduce it. Tell us what we're going to be listening to for the Troy fans out there, and give Troy's voice a few minutes rest, let him drink a little wine and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to ask you to sing it a cappella, even though that'd be amazing.
I did at a wedding though.
You did?
So I mean, not to spoil what you're going to play, but Jewel asked me if she could play a song earlier, and I said yes. But I got booked for a wedding, and usually I'm not a singer. I mean, I'm a comic artist, so I sing over top the track, so it's, you know, it's not like a fully live vocal, but I do sing live. But I have that track in the background to kind of support my beautiful angelic voice. But I did a wedding once, and they wanted me to sing "Doing Good" live at their wedding, which I thought was incredible. I sat on the track, everything was good, and then right before I went on, like 2 seconds, the band leader who was like doing the music for the wedding, he was like, hey, just so you know, I got your track, stripped all the vocals from it, and like we're gonna play live on the song, you can just sing live. I was like, oh great. Would I do it every show?
Yeah,
So that was like the first taste of, and it went well. Everyone was happy, everything was good, but I was like,
Oh, that's so hard to be put on the spot like that.
yeah, because like I'm not trained or anything like that. I lose my breath like really quick when I'm out there. I'm like,
It's a pretty fast-paced song.
it is a fast-paced song, and you're moving around like you feel it, and then you're just like, oh shit, this is gonna suck.
You gotta dance.
Maybe try switching to like a lounge style.
Yeah, like slow and
Postmodern jukebox.
Exactly.
Doing good.
Here I'm singing it. The last thing you want to hear is me singing it. So we ready? We queued up?
Aunt Mary Pat, the album is Talk of the Township, and this is Doing Good.
Doing good.
Be back in a few minutes.
Oh, just turn it down.
And that was Doing Good.
Go ahead, Troy. Bring it in.
Oh, hey, he's gone.
We're having technical difficulty at the moment with the song Doing Good, so...
It wouldn't be an Aunt Mary Pat appearance if we didn't have technical difficulties.
well, you might be singing whether you know it or not.
Is the volume up on the 5.6?
Oh, that's very
5.6.
good.
There you go.
Brand new equipment tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
It's playing now?
Now, let's give it a
Start
shot.
over. Here we go.
Hey guys. Aunt Mary Pat here. Hope you're doing good. Here we go. What can I say? I'm doing freaking
My
good.
favorite part right here.
Whoa. It's good old Mary Pat, just a simple Delco girl. It's a friggin' good time in a smoking coke world. So grab a Miller High Life and the big old Wawa hoagie. You can never go wrong on $2 Tuesdays. I'm the queen of customer service down at the Acme. But if you see me at self-checkout, I might just hurt somebody. I love a strong mimosa or a big box of wine, but I'll have a shot of Farba for a really good time. Anywhere you go, great husband Larry. I love my son Paulie and my asshole daughter Callie. I love to make kabasi from my good old mama Margaret, and I go to see them shows with my fairy nephew Garrett. He buys me new mascara and a new shade of lipstick, and then we call a Hubert and go to Nifty 50s. I got my friend Dawn and my cousin Cheyenne, and we're singing Bon Jovi on that Instagrams. Anywhere you go in the neighborhood, this Dalco girls doing good, doing good. We party every day, just like we should, with Aunt Mary Pat, doing good, doing good. Wow, you guys, I'm having a good friggin' time. I don't know about yous all, but I'm ready for a friggin' shot of Fireball. I'm ready to party, party, party.
I think we have to do a toast at this point.
Can you grab us a couple shots of Fireball real quick? To the year show. Yous ready, girls?
Cheers!
Ready for that friggin' shot? Thanks, son. Let's drink the son. Alright, yous guys, here we go. Here's to you. Here's to me. Friggin' Queen of Dalco in here. Woo! Anywhere you go in the neighborhood, this Dalco girls doing good, doing good. We party every day, just like we should, with Aunt Mary Pat, doing good, doing good. Doing good.
Hey.
That's my freaking anthem. I love it. And like High Life is such my beer. I love every line in that song.
Exactly. Shout out to Kendall King, who wrote and produced that song with me.
All right.
Incredible. Produced the entire Talk of the Township album. He's a genius.
So how involved in the writing process do you allow other people to be?
So what Ken does is Ken will say, hey, I have an idea for a song, and then he will produce like the entire instrumental, send it to me, say, hey, what do you think? And I'm like, that's incredible, let's do it. And then he'll lay down the writing for it, and then I'll tweak it just to make it a little more in Mary Pat. And then like I do all the ad libs like in studio. So he's like, say whatever you want, go in there, do whatever you got to say, and then like most of it comes out naturally. So like a lot of the stuff like we'll do like 3 or 4 takes of just like ad libbing, and then like we'll take whatever sounds best at the time and then put it into the track. But I like trust him 100%. Like we do a lot of songs, and like it's funny because we did Talk of the Township, and he was like, we did Party Party Party, and he's like, here's a song. I don't think it's very good. I was like, I don't think it's very good either, but let's do it. And then we put it out there, and it ends up becoming one of the most listened to tracks, like off there. Like who knew? Like we did a song called "Here for a Good Time" on there. And it's like a very like mid tempo like beach jam, and it was our favorite song to do together. And like that's one of the most least listened to songs. So you never know what's gonna work. So like it's really fun. Like when we did "Down the Shore," that was like the third or fourth song that we did, and we put it out there, and like once we heard it, I was like, this is gonna be like people are gonna love this song, and luckily they did. So like that was like, a really fun, and I never get tired. Like Doing Good has been out since for 2 years or something like that, and like I never get tired of hearing it or like performing it or like having people like talk about it. So I mean it's fun. Like when you have good music and you really are involved with the process, and it's like your baby, you know, you really love it. So
this is kind of our baby here, and I feel bad because Joel's got tons of communication background, Penn State grad, got highly recommended for me by family, and I think she's incredible. And she stuck with me. I'm nobody. I'm some jackass who walked in one day to a podcast, and here I sit with this poor girl and all her talent.
No.
Friggin' asshole.
I never wanted to be like, a host though. But you have a television writing background.
Yeah. I went to school for television writing, producing, but like that's another thing. Like I was a complete opposite. Like I went for the production aspect of it, and every time we had people come from the acting department to star in our productions, someone wouldn't show up. I'm like, I'll fill in. I can do it. And then like I ended up always acting instead of producing things. So when it came time like the final, like Troy, how do you like run the camera? Like. You know,
It's more fun being on stage.
yeah, it is. Like, I mean, that's my passion. So it was definitely like a big learning, a very expensive learning aspect for Troy David Hendrickson.
Well, it's kind of cool because, you know, my cousin went to Westchester for acting. She's very successful now, but she was in LA from the time she was 18. Like, you got to hone your craft here.
Yeah.
And now you get to expand. Like, is it just, like, do you always want to stay here, or do you want to go to New York? Do you want to go out there?
Yeah, so I lived in Chicago for college, and I fell in love with Chicago. And, like, I'm the kind of person, I could probably live anywhere and be fine, but, like, I feel like engulfed in the Philly society and community. Like, I love it here. I hate the winters. You know, there's certain things that probably aren't great, but there's so many great things about, you know, where we are. And I feel like if we can try to like get, and I'm very like chaotic when I think and I'm talking, but there are.
I'm married to somebody like that.
Yeah. with the internet and with YouTube and with like access to like production equipment, like you can do anything anywhere now, which is great. You don't have to fly to LA to make it. You don't have to go to New York to make it.
True,
you
yeah.
can make it where you are. And that's what I love about the accessibility of, you know, what we do and what I do and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I did kind of fall in love with San Diego, and I flew out there, and I was like, I could definitely live here and, you know, make a home here. But I think for now I'm pretty much, you know, happy where I am.
Happy to hear it.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely happy to hear it. We don't want to lose you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know how far you traveled tonight. I got a text from about an hour ago to say
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
X amount of time. And you're right on time, too. Prompt. It's a good thing. It's a good performance right there.
This is a new thing for me. So prior to this job, I was the perpetually late person, and like I'm that kind of person where like you have to have 3 excuses in your head at all times, ready to go. Like, why are you late? Well, today it's because of traffic on the Schuylkill.
It was funny. We get here in pretty much time. Mo, our producer, is very kind to us and he usually has us ready to go. Tonight, a separate, whole new occasion. My wife wanted to come. Me and Joe were sitting downstairs in my house, panicking, drinking, and she's like, I'll be ready in a minute, doing my hair, doing my makeup. I want to make sure I look good for Troy. And I'm like,
We're in
we're going to be late. Yeah.
Bucksco's the opposite regions of Delco, for those who don't know.
Yeah, Bucks Cove is this way.
Yeah, Box K is that way.
We got a decent little Bucks Cove going on, too. I'm going to spend a minute with this.
With Bucksco?
No, with this little thing I
Oh.
got for you.
Okay.
I ran this past Jewel today. She loved it. I ran it past a lot of people. You're familiar with the game Fuck One, Marry One, Kill One, right?
Yes.
I got a 3-headed monster for you.
Here we go.
Do it.
Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, George Clooney. Fuck One, Marry One, Kill One. Troy David Hendrickson. Right now on the spot.
Easiest question you could have asked me in your entire life.
Yeah,
Kill
I tried to
Britney
make it-
Spears, fuck George Clooney, and marry Mariah Carey.
All right.
Done.
That was so very quick. Wow. Like, I thought I would stump me. I told Joe, I'm like, I think I got 3 good names that kind of
Wrong person.
man, nailed it. Let me look at that question. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I feel like Britney's already dead inside, so put her out of her misery.
Wow. I love Britney and all that Instagram.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I couldn't tell you. Poor girl.
So we didn't get a chance to talk after the Mariah thing because we were promoting it at the time.
Yeah.
How did that go, the premiere?
Oh, yes. So I was at the Met in Philly, and the Met had just renovated, renovated their bar, the rooftop bar.
Great venue, too.
It is a beautiful venue, and they opened it up to the press. So all these people from the local news came in, all these executives came in, and they had me and 7 other performers dress up in iconic Mariah Carey looks.
Wow.
And we were greeting the press as they were walking in, giving them like tiaras and like champagne and shit like that. Also taking care of us at the same time, which was nice. So like I was like over the moon because you guys know how much I love Mariah Carey. We talked about that all the time. I carried out a life-size cardboard cutout of her like down the stairs into my car, which is a Honda HRV, which is not very big. So like unfortunately her legs kind of bent.
We have an HRV fan in the
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah, yeah.
All right, HRV
It's a good
fan.
car. It's a good car. But I had a blast. It was amazing. I was up there, and right before the press came in, she started her sound check, and I heard her, and I ran instinctively. Like, it wasn't even like I thought about it. Like, I just heard her singing and ran towards the stage. I was like, "Oh, buddy, you gotta step back. You gotta step back." I was like, "Can I just please just go down there and just like wave to her?" I'm like, "No." So, but we did have a great time. I didn't get to meet her, but they did seat us on the side balcony at the Met, so we got to see like direct bird's eye view. And she did wave to me. At least I think it was to me.
Yeah, it was.
I'm pretty sure it was to me.
Yeah.
It was
But
to you.
it was. She was incredible. She was great. It was a great show. Just really fun to be like a part of that, and like to kind of see like your favorite performer like that in that kind of setting, and to be a part of that whole thing. Kind
of like
really
us
cool.
right now.
Stop it.
That's
Award
amazing.
Oh yeah. I see the counts, hundreds of thousands of followers and fans and the whole 9 yards. What are you when you're not Aunt Mary Pat or being funny? What does Troy just like to do to kick back? Like, what relaxes you?
Still go to
Besides what?
movies?
Besides Cabernet, no. Like I mean, I really am. I don't do much like outside of traveling and performing. Like when I'm home, like I mean, the kids go to school. I take care of the animals at home. We have 4 cats, a dog, and 2 fish. So
Dog
that's
is so
that's a lot of
cute.
work. Yeah.
That puppy
Evie.
is so sweet.
I go to Starbucks every day. I run my errands. I get home. I watch a lot of Survivor. I've been rewatching that a lot because the new season's on. So I've been watching like the old seasons over again. I really am boring. Like when I think about it, like people think, oh my god, you live this life, and I don't. I just sit on the floor. I eat like ham sammies and watch Survivor. And drink wine at night. You know what I mean? It's a fun good thing. But I don't do anything very exciting. I think probably the most exciting thing is like my video game collection.
Okay, I like that.
My Nintendo collection is growing. But yeah, I mean I love concerts. Like I went and saw Celine Dion in. Oh, this is a good story. Oh, here we go. I forgot. So me and my 2 best friends, we went down to Baltimore. For the day, went and saw Celine Dion that night. We got down around noon, checked into our hotel, went out, did some day drinking, went to Power Plant in Baltimore. If you've never been there, it's a really fun, like Xfinity Live type. Yeah, it's a good time. And then it got time to go to the concert, and they have those scooters down there now in the cities where instead of Uber, you can scooter around the city. And I thought, hey, that sounds like fun.
Sounds safe.
After day drinking all day, you know what I mean? And I have done scooters before. My 2 friends haven't. So my one friend David kept saying, "Oh, mine doesn't work. Mine keeps breaking down." I was like, "You're just too scared to drive it." And then my friend Erin had trouble with like the acceleration, like where she kept hitting it and then would like jolt and then get scared and take it back. So we're almost there. I can see the venue like less than a block away, and Erin's right behind me, and all of a sudden I hear, "Fuck!" And she falls right over onto her side in the middle of the intersection. And I was like, "Are you hurt?" She's like, "My feelings are hurt!" Because everyone's laughing at her from the cars on the side. But then afterwards, so we went to the concert. Concert was great. Celine Dion was awesome. Had some drinks, and then the closest bar that we found open was Goddess Strip Club. Now, it's a Monday night. Keep that in mind. So we're
Best
like,
lineup.
yeah, exactly. So we have a hotel. It's 2 blocks away. We're like, we can walk there. Everything's good. Let's go into the strip club. There's nobody in there but 2 strippers and then us. And I walked in. I was like, oh, shit, I don't have any cash on me. So I tried to go to the ATM. The ATM's down. I went up to it. I was like, hey, I really want to tip you guys. Like, I'm a drag queen. I know how this shit works. Like, I really want to take care of you. I was like, but unfortunately, I don't have any cash, and your ATM's down. I was like, can I just buy you drinks? Like, oh, yeah, that's fine. And then my friend David was like, requesting songs for them to perform to. And he's like, y'all know Lil Kim the Jump Off? And she's like, yeah. And then like she went and performed it. She was like, DJ, jump off Lil Kim right now. And it was just like the most fun I've ever had. And that was also the first time I've ever been to a female strip club before.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
They are fun.
And not the last. I can say that with the...
Couple good ones in this area, I think.
I've never
There's
been
one-
to Risque, but I feel like that could be a good time.
There's
we'll all
one
go.
that-
We'll go together.
Yeah.
There's one in downtown Philly that's Delilah's, and it has a steak.
Hey, your wife's right there.
Right.
Yeah, she
That's
is.
where I met her.
Oh, okay, cool.
Secrets out.
But Delilah's actually has a steakhouse. Now, I don't know how you feel. I don't know about eating a nice juicy steak while watching women walk around half.
Oh, I thought you meant a man, like a man strip club, like eating a nice juicy steak. Shit. Oh no, I lied. Yeah, no, I didn't lie. I'm sorry. Let me reel that back in. I almost went into a female strip club in Atlantic City, so I was there for a show, but it was a Sunday night, and like they were charging $35 to get in. I was like, oh no, ma'am. So we walked next door. There was like a bar adjacent to the strip club, and they were like, oh, it's male stripper night, and it's free. And I was like, okay. Cool, but it was also very sad because there was just like a little a box they had to stand on, and it was like. I was like, I don't know if this is good, but I probably should have another drink to find out.
Poor guys. But yeah, like I can't imagine sitting in a strip club, and it's kind of like a second level, so you get like this over top view of the whole place, and I can't imagine chowing down and watching girls getting dollars shoved in their crotch.
Well, I mean,
male or female, I
to
can't.
each your own.
To each your own.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I also can't imagine like eating like a T-bone steak, watching someone shake.
Fish.
I can go to Outback or Texas Roadhouse and stare at my wife and eat and enjoy my meal.
How does that? Is it worth it?
Definitely. And 110%. She's beautiful.
Go to a nice Longhorn. See somebody shake their cakes.
It's her birthday, you know. No, I mean, that's what you tell her. Longhorns to do a special little dance. So, man, I'm like losing myself. So what's next after Fish Out of Water Tour? What do you got lined up?
Oh.
I mean, you told us a lot of stuff you got lined up. What's kind of like in the immediate future? What do you want to...
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we're working on some new songs. We'll have them out by, late spring, early summer, which is really exciting. So what we're trying to do is do, like, time releases. So, like, every 2 months have a new song come out. And really want to have something special ready for football season. So, I mean, that's really what's in the immediate future.
Yeah,
Go Birds!
Go Birds, yeah.
Fish Out of Water Tour runs through April. Then we do Aunt Mary Pat Gives Back in May. Resume Fish Out of Water in June. Excuse me. Already setting up a lot of, fall. We have the Cathedral in September, which if you haven't heard of that, it's an old church. They renovated into a nightclub.
Oh, nice.
Seats about 500 people, and we're already like on our way to selling it out, which is pretty insane.
I tried to come see you last week, and I'm like, all right, I'll see him right before because it's been a year for me. But I was like, I'll come see him. I'll come see him Friday. No, sold out. Oh, let me get Saturday's tickets. No, sold out. Damn it. So I'm gonna try to come to the winery.
Oh yeah.
Only a couple tickets. Wait, there's only a couple tickets left.
Oh yeah, buy your tickets now, City Winery, March 20th. Only a few tickets left. That's a new venue, so I'm really excited to perform there.
I heard it's really cool.
We have a very. Are you going to be there?
She wants to get there, so I guess
You better come. Yeah, you better buy tickets now.
It seems like
Do it on your phone right now. I want to watch you. No. We have.
She will. She's going to do it right now.
A very big venue. I'm not going to spoil it yet. It hasn't been announced, but we have a very big venue in Philly coming in July, which I'm really excited for. So that'll be a good homecoming show for us. And then the Cathedral, we have we do the annual Christmas tour. So we definitely are very stacked with shows coming up. And I say we because it's a team effort. My manager Joel, he's an amazing guy. Really looks out for me and really does a really good job with negotiating good venues and getting us with the right people. And then we have an amazing comic named Brendan Donegan who's been opening up for the Fish Out of Water tour. He's fantastic, so make sure you check him out too. And it's just great. Like Kendall King produces all the music. We'll have that all ready to go. And
I heard your asshole daughter has a little spot coming up.
Yeah, she has a little spot. So my asshole daughter Callie is played by one of my great friends. Her name is Brittany. She just starred in The Lizard of Oz, which is an award-winning play in Philly, and she starred as Linda from the Northeast. So it was like Linda from the Northeast, and she did her perfected Kelly accent during the show.
Oh, man.
So it was a mashup of The Wiz, Wizard of Oz, and Wicked with a Philly twist. So
Amazing.
it was really cool. And then she, when she can, she performs with me, and we did a duet on the Christmas album called Kelly, It's Cold Outside, which was one of my favorite songs.
Was it the new cleaned up version?
It was probably worse than the original for a lot of people.
Whoa,
But
man, yeah.
Kelly, it's cold outside. But it was fun, yeah. So, I mean, we're working on all those cool projects, and we finished 2 scripts for the Aunt Mary Pat Show, which is a scripted comedy that we're going to be working on hopefully very soon. And then, and then Philly Noise is going to come back in a podcast format, soon. And just like really finding time for all these things. It's hard with performing so often, and also having Miss Troy, and I have my own gigs, and then my family, and like all this kind of stuff. And I kind of want to clone myself, but who needs one more than me? Like it's just not.
I know the feeling. Nobody wants one
It's
more.
not good. But I really hope to get a lot of these things off the ground, and hopefully make a lot of people happy soon. So.
Sounds great.
Already
And,
are.
and we appreciate it coming out. I mean, when we started doing this live studio type setup, a lot of rock bands want to come in, promote the music, we get it. Me and Joel, from the second we decided we were going to try this, we said, gotta get Troy. And you're not always the easiest guy to message on Facebook. Now I got your phone number, now you're in deep shit.
Oh, shit. Set myself up. No,
I set you up and got you.
Real man. No, I don't see a lot of my messages, which like sucks. And people I went through like today, and people had sent me like things that like from like 4 months ago. I'm like, hey, actually just seeing this. Sorry about that. But like I try like to respond to like all the messages that I get like through Instagram and Facebook and my personal Facebook, and make sure I get back to everybody. And it's been tricky, but I try to do it. I try to at least acknowledge people giving that effort of sending me a message, because I really appreciate it. People send the sweetest things, and I try to make sure, because I know like me, like I send Mariah Carey at least one message a day, and I'm hoping one day she just like acknowledges that I exist.
Even if it says seen, you're like,
yes.
She's
Yes.
seen it.
She's solid, baby. She knows who loves her. She knows who butters her bread.
I know. I gotta know from Lana Del Rey's people. I'm like, I'm on the radar. I can't.
Even if said no. Can't believe it. Even a no is better than you get some.
Yeah.
Because we reach out to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you go for the gusto. Hollywood's elite. And you get, they're too busy, which is kind. They're too busy.
Yeah.
Schedule doesn't fit in. And some people are like, nope. Just like, nope. And you're like, wow. Like, I'd rather have them take the time to type, fuck you, than nope.
Yeah.
I mean, really let me have it. Nope.
Have you ever like run into people like, especially out in LA, you were starstruck by, just like?
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think I met anyone out there, but I'm also so oblivious. Like, I could have someone walk by me and I won't even realize who they are. Like, I'm just that kind of person. Very like, goal oriented. Like, that's A to B. Got to run to there. Doesn't let anything get in my way. Which is why I'd be great on Survivor. Which to really to bring it back into that.
Future plug Troy on Survivor.
Yes. Speaking of, yes. Last year I flew to LA. I was there for E3, and Rupert from Survivor, also of The Amazing Race. They were filming The Amazing Race in LAX. And I walked by, I was like, hey, that guy looks familiar. And I was like, wait a minute. But then I was like, I'm looking too long. This is awkward. I should probably keep walking. And I was like, wait, I have to go back that way again. Shit, let me like not look awkward or creepy. But yeah, like, I mean, there have been, I don't think I've ever been starstruck, because like, I know for me, like, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I was like, we all shit. Like, I'm not going to act like anyone's better than anybody else. So, like, I don't think of anyone that way, but I'm very appreciative when I love someone or their work. And I'm like, thank you for, your contribution. Like, thank you for your music. There's this band called Delta Ray. They're a small band that did a meet and greet in Wilmington. I went and saw them. And I was, like, in awe of their talent. But I wasn't like, "Ooh." I was like, "But thank you so much, because like you make my mornings. I listen to you every day, and I appreciate what you do, and I feel like that's what it's all about. Like, you know, you have to remember at the end of the day, like certain people are, you know, they're people too, and they have feelings. So be nice.
Makes sense. We're nice to pretty much everybody we have on. The only guy
Pretty much everybody.
Well, because that gives me to my little lead-in that I like to say on every show. There's one guy we're not very fond of, and that's the #1 podcast in America, Joe Rogan, because I believe that Joe Rogan sucks right here on the O Show. And we're coming for you, Joe. We're coming for your #1 spot. He's going to be in town in August. I just want to get there and either tell him he sucks or ask him to come on the show and sit right next to me while I tell him he sucks.
So you're going to invite him on the show just to tell him he sucks?
Absolutely.
Would that make your night?
Yes.
Pretend I'm Joe Rogan right now. What would you say?
Joe, I love your show so such a big fan.
Love you, Joe.
My new hashtag, Joe Rogan rules. I mean, once he sits next to us, he's the man, you know?
Oh my God, that's incredible.
But, you know, I've been told by people, sometimes the best way to attract someone is to troll the hell out of them.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I mean, that's really the thing. I don't know what it is about, like, the algorithm of, like, Facebook or whatever, but, like, you can have, like, 1,000 positive comments, but for some reason that one negative comment's always, like, it pops up. And, like,
I've got a Joe Rogan fan letting me have it right now. My friend Stacy's mad at me now because she's a big Joe Rogan fan. And you know.
Well, I mean, we all have our interests.
Yeah.
But do you focus on the negative comments ever?
I mean, I did in the past. Like, I mean, I really did get to me for a while. You know what I mean? It does, like, hurt when you put yourself out there and people are just, like, negative or whatever. But now I don't care to look anymore. You know what I mean? I'll scroll through. I'm like, oh, there's, like, people like this. I'm like, cool.
Friggin' asshole.
Yeah, you friggin' asshole. But, like, if someone took the time to message me that they were upset or offended or did not like something I did, I would take the time to respond back to it. But for the most part, they don't. Like, I will say this. I don't know how much time we have left or whatever.
You're good. Like
okay.
14 solid minutes.
So in December, I did a drag queen story hour in Newcastle, Delaware. So I live in Wilmington. I did it in Newcastle, and they announced it. And it's through the public library. So it's a free event to the public. And, like, this, like, family group, like, blew up and started, like, attacking me, like, took, like, personal pictures of my Facebook and posted it to their page. Like, it was, like, me eating a chicken tender. And they were like, is this appropriate for children? And I was like, yes, chicken tenders are appropriate for everyone. What is wrong with you? And, like, they really, like, they were, like, threatening to, like, show up to the event and stop it. I'm like, this is an event for children. What is wrong with you? Yeah. I was like, if you don't want your kids exposed to Drag Queen Story Hour, don't bring them.
All right.
Yes.
And then you're good. Yeah. So, like, we did the event, and luckily no one showed up, and we had 112. I mean, no one negatively showed up. We had 112 attendees.
That's awesome.
I think it was like 85 kids or something, like, insane like that. And all the parents were super supportive. But, like, I showed up there dressed like a 6'5" Elsa, and I'm like, what is going to happen right now? Because I am, like... I'm so scared. I had a whole speech plan. I was like, you know, you need to let it go. Like, I was prepared for it. And then, like, you know, you show up there, and, like, we did it. There was no hate, and I ended up getting emotional because I was like, this is so cool that, like, you, like, brought your kids to this and, like, gave your free time to, you know, to have this. And it was really cool. But, like, I mean, there's certain moments like that where I get, like, nervous. I'm like, what if someone wanted to kill me? I don't know.
Well, you know, I mean, the reality is it's a scary world.
It is.
You know what I mean? Especially for the LGBTQ, community.
AXYZ.
Yes. But I know just my friends and family have had troubles too. So, I mean, you're out in the public eye. It has to be scary at some point.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't focus on that. I don't walk into an event and think something bad will happen. But the reality is, like, you never know.
Yeah.
If, you know, someone has a screw loose and they're, like, just plotting to take you out. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, what I do and, like, the kind of, like, environment that I preach is very positive. So I'm happy that the response has been largely positive too.
I want to see a video of a 6'5" Elsa kicking somebody's ass.
Yes, so would I.
I want to see you beat the shit out of somebody.
I was really hoping, like, to choke slam somebody as, like, Elsa, like, through a table or something like that. I think it would have been awesome.
Snowman.
I hate to do this, but I think our clock is stopped because it's been 8:46. Yeah, I just want to check to see where we're at, so we can do.
Oh,
3 minutes?
3
Okay.
minutes.
So 3 minutes. So in those 3 minutes, give me 1 minute of Aunt Mary Pat discussing something modern, if you don't mind. Coronavirus, Aunt Mary Pat, your thoughts on it. Go.
Yeah, so I went to work the other day, and friggin' Dawn goes, I'm sorry, I can't come to work tomorrow, I got the coronavirus. And I'm like, back in my day, we called that a hangover, Dawn. Just because you were at friggin' Sweeney's drinking too many Coronas, now you want to call it a goddamn virus. Are you shitting me? Squirt some lime water, you know? I'm just like, if you can't handle Corona, drink Corona Light. Why you got to call it a virus? I don't understand what's going on. Like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Also, more people die of the common flu than they do the coronavirus. Calm your tits. Take yourself to the Med Express and calm down.
It's scary because there's people like that out there. That's what makes you just marvel, like how exactly.
Real quick before we end, my mom called me up the other day and she goes, "What are you doing?" She calls me LT. "LT, what are you doing?" I said, "Nothing. I'm in my car." She goes, you got to be careful and start washing your hands. You can't be hugging people at shows because that coronavirus is killing people." I said, "Mom, like, you do realize, like, you're in mass hysteria mode right now. It's like more people die of the common flu than they are down in the corona." "No, I saw in the news that they're dropping dead like flies right out there. It hit touchdown in friggin' New York City. People are, you gotta see it. Stop hugging people. Stop shaking hands. It's not happening. Not everybody died of coronavirus."
Now I see why Mom's at Hooters tonight.
She might still be there. I don't know.
If I can ask you something real quick, what we normally do with our guests, we used to do a little script of the program. I like to ask the guests if they don't mind at the end to give us a couple autographs.
Oh,
to sign
yeah.
it, to say we're here. One
I
for
can do
me
that.
and one for Joel. And meanwhile, we're going to thank Troy David Hendrickson for coming on tonight. Aunt Mary Pat DiSabatino. Find her on Facebook, Fish Out of Water Tour, Hun. I can't do it near as I suck at it. Anyway, it's out there now, Fish Out of Water Tour. Tons of stuff coming on from Troy. I got my Troy AMP autograph. I am so stoked. A lot of people want to take pictures. There's going to be a lot of hugging going
Also,
on.
make sure you check out my new website, www.theauntmarypat.com. That's theauntmarypat.com, because some jackass bought auntmarypat.com, and I hate you.
Screw
Real
you,
quick.
Aunt Terry.
Real quick before we share. Yeah, real quick before we share. Do you think it was Aunt Terry? Are you an Aunt Terry fan?
I mean,
Let's
next
take-
question.
Too nice.
Let's
Screw
take
you,
it out
Aunt
there.
Terry.
Let's go back to the music of St. Ricketts. They're going to take us out with Fire Cannot Burn. Troy David Hendrickson, thank you so much, man.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
incredible.
Thank
Let's
you.
hear it for Troy David Hendrickson, everybody.
Hey!
We'll see you next Wednesday
you,
night right
Yo
here
Show.
on the Yo Show.